Hey, it's Linda. I was going to discuss the items I've found while researching these countries so Acme can plan on doing business with them. We'll know what to be prepared for. The first thing is exchange rates. Exchange rates reflect the relationship that the two countries have. Inflation and interest rates are the amount the country is spending on the foreign trade they're getting back. So for France, $1 equals 1.15 euro. That means it makes our US dollar only worth 85 cents to their dollar. So we're losing money with France there in regards to exchange rates. India is $1 to 7.83 rupees. So that means it would cost less, 70.83 rupees to $1. So it costs less to do business there. China is $1 and it's equal to 0.15 Chinese yuan and 6.76. So it costs less. Our dollar equals $6.76 or Chinese yuan. Vietnam is $1 to 20,000, 192 Vietnam dong, which also costs less. So of the three countries, when I looked at the exchange rates, the only place that will cost us money is when we're in France. Next, I looked at the trade barriers. Trade barriers are a restriction of free international trade. France has difficult hurdles. It's really hard to get into France. They have top-notch safety standards, and Acme must make sure that we're on top of all that's needed in order for us to get into France and being in their business world. France is open to trade, but France makes sure that anything that they do with outside businesses doesn't affect their business in France. So the French businessmen, they're not going to do work with us if we're going to affect how someone there would do business. They don't want it to take away from them. China follows the WTO standards and imposes rates on trade. Acme's widgets wouldn't be impacted. Since 2002, Chinese lowered rates to trade and gave more flexibility. India also follows WTO standards. It protects its workers. It doesn't have anything special in regards to widgets either for tariffs, and it generally just restricts like insurance, baking, construction, but no widgets. Vietnam, it has quotas for some goods, auto parts, toys, and some food, but nothing affecting widgets. So that's as far as the trade barriers go. With regards to the labor laws, France has an excellent, it treats its employees excellent. They work 35-hour work week, and so therefore that would be more productivity for you'd lose productivity if they're only going to work 35 hours before they go to overtime. China works 8-hour days and 40-hour weeks before they go to overtime, but they're very strict on overtime, and they make sure that the workers in China are productive in the time they're working before they offer that overtime to them. So that has, a strict barrier on it for them to go to overtime. They make sure that they've done their work. Vietnam has 8-hour days, but they work 6 hours a week. So you can get 48 hours out of Vietnam workers without having to pay overtime. So you're getting that 8 hours on every worker. So you would lower your rate substantially from going into overtime more than you would in China. India, they work 9-hour days and they work up to 48-hour weeks. So it's same, it's still 8 hours more a week in productivity over the 40 hours. So you're getting more time there out of those workers. So of the four countries, France would cost the most, and then the other three are pretty equal on, well, China's 40 hours, and then Vietnam and India are 48 hours. So Vietnam and India would be good for in regards to extra time before overtime. They would work an 8 hours longer per person per week. Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to me. I'll talk to you later.